hustle. Gotta secure that bag. And you know I gotta hustle. Y'all know the hustle. Nigga gon' hustle. Hustle. Get that bag. I need my money. I roll the money.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We got a little technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on. The internet is fighting with us today, but it's going to be okay. I tell you, when I start telling y'all too much information and people start acting up, the internet's be like, hold on, Maze, you telling too much. But I'm just going to tell y'all got to understand, we don't look at the whole floor, the whole field. I'm going to tell you, there's a couple things you got to watch. Does Adam Kinzinger run for Secretary of State? I'm just going to tell you, if Adam Kinzinger ran against Alexi Janulius, who seems to be running away with this thing, it'd be a real race. Right? Be a real race that you'd be interested. That'd be an interesting thing. I also think, why are you huffing?
Because I think as soon as you start talking about Kissinger's ties to Donald Trump, I think it's going to automatically mar his image.
But he doesn't have them. He
got off the train kind of late, though.
I'm saying that, but he got off the train and then got very vociferous. Like, there are Republicans right now that are saying that, no, January 6th did not happen. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an insurrection. He's like, no, that's it. And I think people got short memories. Remember, we still ain't even got Anjanette Young. All of the stuff you talking about, Ruthie, you go to page 3 on Google. Most people go to page 1. And page 1 on Google be like, he fought Trump, he's against Trump, he da-da-pa-ta-pa-ta-pa-ta-pa. You got to get to page 3 before it's like, I'm with the president.
Okay.
Right?
You right, short memories.
I'm just saying, Ruthie,
you right.
Okay.
He only got off the Trump train when it was sinking.
Didn't everybody?
So I'm saying we just gonna forget?
Yeah.
Pelosi didn't just go forget?
I mean, y'all forgot. Did y'all remember cannabis? See how quick you forgot? Remember gaming? See how quick you forgot?
You right.
I'm just saying, Ruthie. I just want you to be real with us. Be real with us.
It's like, what's your real political identity? Or do you just create one to get on to the next wave? And we be having a lot of wave politicians.
No, what we have is a lot of black politicians who were put in place by white people that when the white people go, then their power goes and then they get their feelings hurt. I got something I want to talk about a little bit on that tip too. But I just want us to remember, like, JB hasn't done very much for us. En toi du mela, you ask a question. Love David Moore to death. I'm waiting to see when Larry Rogers, who is his patron saint, jumps in and pushes him over the top.
With some money. With
money and Fizz open publicly endorsing him. Right? Like, here go me. I'm down. I'm rocking with you. But you know your family got to rock. If your family got to rock with you. Right? And so we know that we got to. So what I'm waiting on in this whole race is to see who are the black people that I support and which black people. Not that that's going to change my thing, but I'm trying to figure out who's in the race and who ain't.
Who gonna put some skin in the game?
Who got skin in the game? Who's people?
But you know, people they be a little hesitant to jump out there.
They ain't hesitant. Ain't nobody hesitant to jump out for Alexi. Ain't nobody hesitant to jump out for. Ain't no black people hesitant that's jumping out for Alexi to be hesitant. Ain't no black people hesitant that was jumping out for Anna. They ain't hesitant. So I want to see the people. Look, if you know the relationships, I want to see because I'm confused. I'll be honest with you. Everybody can't be working out the same shop. I'll tell you about that off air.
Oop.
I'm just saying.
That's an interesting analogy.
Everybody can't be working at the same shop. If you're working at the same shop, I got questions.
Is that like too many cooks in the kitchen?
No, it's like, don't send me off. I want to know what the real play is. Let's just put it that way. I just want to know what the real play is. No trip. All love. I can't wait to have all of the candidates on. Did I tell you talked to Pat Dow last week? She
don't come
actually
on?
shook my hand. She was like,
Did she dap you up or she shook it? How was it? What kind of shake?
She was like, this is the first time I've touched your skin in like 4 years.
We've been in a pandemic.
Nah, that ain't it.
You've been in a pandemic for a minute.
I've been in the political pandemic.
The PP.
Right, the PP. But now that's all good. So
Good.
Ruthie. Okay, I'm gonna reserve the names, and I'm gonna reserve the people. But this is what I'm going to say to us, very, very succinctly. We gotta stop playing black victims when we're black perpetrators. It's interesting that quite a few of our black elected officials have come into power because of how they benefit white people behind the scenes. Right? Usually when someone is tapped to run as part of a slate or something along the lines, and they're not the lead, then oftentimes what it is they're trying to round out the ticket so that they can, appear universal. We've seen this a lot, like in the white suburbs, when there's white leaders that realize that their suburb is changing, then they diversify their cabinet. So they'll pick up a black clerk or a Latino village administrator or something along the lines to mix and blend. But oftentimes when we take those positions and titles, we enjoy the title without the power. Right? And then we as black folks, because I do believe that politics, just like preaching, because we don't have a lot of wealth, puts black folks in the, for lack of a better word, in the royalty category. Okay, I'm going to use this for lack of a better word. So oftentimes what happens is we've got black elected officials who get put together with white elected officials to assist the white elected official in maintaining power. Which is okay to get to the dance. But while you're there, you have to create your own power base. And if you just 100% rely on the white folks that put you there for their own convenience, when they are removed, you're gone. You may keep the title, but your power is not there. Now, let's be clear that people have been complicit in that game. I.e., I will take the title and be happy because I get to go to all the trips, get invited on all the good stuff. I get to go all the places. And the white boys position you in front of them and say, hey, that's my black person. That's mine. Mm-hmm. They don't necessarily see you as their equal. They see you as their employee or their tool. And I think our failure in politics is that we always tend to think that the white people love us. They never love you. You are only a tool of convenience to help them maintain their power. And we got to stop being victims of ourselves in politics. See, you can't roll with one white boy and give the white boy all the power and all the props and let them be in control. And then when the black dude come or when the black guy, then he's anti. He ain't anti. It's like, who is your power base? If your power is aligned with the white folks, that white folks can't save you. Especially when the black folks take their space.
Got it.
So here's the deal. Nobody questions you or your blackness or anything when you in the mix with the white folks. No one questions that. It's only when the black folks come in the room and start turning over tables and flipping stuff up and turning up the dirt, does then it get uncomfortable? And now you playing me. Well, no. The reality is the white folks before was rocking with you. Mm-hmm. You was rocking with them. Don't make no waves. You cool. You get to come to all the parties. You get to do all the stuff. You didn't build yourself a power base. And I think it's important that, because I've been watching a lot of stuff going on and I've seen a lot of crying and a lot of victimization and a lot of, oh, woe is me. This politics, yo. Politics is a blood sport. And if you cannot help or hurt someone, they don't care about you. They don't. And I don't think you get to cry foul if you've had 8-10 years to build power and build a base and you don't have it. When someone steps up, they're coming in, cutting. They're going to take full advantage of their power. And if you've had a head start, shame on you. If you've been part of the white folks trying to take out the black folks, don't be mad when the white folks that you was aligned with lose.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it's like and what's the challenge is? Here's the challenge. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's only when you start sitting around the white guys and they start drinking that all the truth starts coming out. So all these people, you be thinking like, oh, man, look, they rose from the ashes. They did this. It'd be the white boy sitting there like, no, I took her off the street and made her decided that I was going to make it. Because, again, he's saying, I can't do it, but if I can put you in the space to do it, you still operate. And we're happy to take that. We're happy to be backed by the white guy to push you to the forefront and keep all the power with him. So you get to go to all the parties, you get to go to all the stuff, everybody take all the pictures and everything, but when it comes down to how you going then we all got to line up and be like, okay, woe is me. No, it can't be that way. If you ain't swinging the sword, if you ain't slaying the sword for the black folks and the benefit, if you've been lined up and 100% and everybody can have their moment. Everybody can have their moment. And maybe the moment comes when they whack you. And now you got to go back and start building. But you cannot cry foul if you playing the game. Look.
Realignment. It's like some convenient realignment.
Right. Or convenient realignment, but also like it ain't even, it's like
some politicians know how to play the black card pretty good.
Ruthie, what I'm finding though is that it's like, again, as you climb into the power dynamic and you sitting around and then you be like, wait, you all you got to do is be around, let the white guys get drunk. They'll start telling you stories. They'll start telling you, and they'll be like, oh, that's my, and you'll be like, wait, I thought that was the end of it. No, they'll be like, oh, no, that's my Negro. I put that, I made this person. I found them, I peeled them from the dirt and made them such and such, such and such. And all the while, we just like, yeah, you are people. And realistically, the white boy is like, yes, go be for the people as I'll be for the paper.
Oh.
And so we get the title, the white people get rich, and then and even when the white boy gone, he got his bag. He gone. He realized his time is up. Now you stuck, no organization, talking about what somebody did to you.
No base.
Right. We prefer to let the white folks do the work and we get to kick it at the party. And then,
but that's how the political system has been set up. Remember them 360 deals? And now it's all kind of coming to a head in terms of where you gonna get your resources from.
You gave away all of your ability. You gave away all of your earning power in one deal. And forever you sold your soul. And then here's the thing that the white guys do. They don't never teach you how to get so when they leave, you still stuck with them. And if they leave, you ain't got no game. So now guess what?
Hey, that's why we can't never pass down our political legacies. because
our political
You gotta stay
legacies
in 'em.
aren't. But our political legacies a lot of times aren't ours.
it's because of what you're saying right now.
Some white guy said these Negroes will be good for us for the next 20 years. All I gotta ask you is, who your legal counsel? Like, if you in a black village in a black town with black people, y'all mean to tell me can't nobody find a black lawyer? How is it that the white lawyers get to decide all the black issues all the time? We got all of these people with all of these titles, and all of these titles are given to them so that they can maintain the white people in power behind the scenes. Look, you've been complicit. And that is why people feel the ability to do you. People do you because you can either help them or hurt them. If they kept you toothless, if all the 8 years while you was in the joint, you didn't read no books, you didn't build your muscles, you didn't work out, when it's time for you to stand on your own 2 feet, you don't know what to do. And so you become a victim of the next person who you wasn't on the team with, who has no interest in you. So either you got to be a threat or you got to be able to help somebody. And I think that black political power has been too long rooted in being blessed by somebody white who has decided that you are the next Negro that they can use to help themselves get wealthy, stay wealthy.
That's the Chicago way.
We got to change the Chicago way. There's got to be a black way, right? It cannot be that every time white boys got a way to make money, we can find everybody and their mama, black folks can help them. When black folks get a chance to make money, look, y'all out of lawmakers, make the damn law. Everybody, if it's white boys can get you to propose anything and make it a law. Make some laws that make black people straight. You can't have 8 years in the spot and then be like what somebody did to you. You just can't. But I tell you that. Let me tell you how that works. Because when the brothers say, "Hey, yo, come on," when I used to tell people, "Come on, man, you got this, this, and this. Let's make some." Now, yeah, the white boys say, "Stay away from Maze. Stay away from Maze. He in trouble. He ain't gonna get you no good." Now them same white boys sitting up trying to have meetings. But y'all let them tell you, stay away from the person that's telling you powerful. It take a white boy to come tell you gotta get your power.
Mr. Charlie's ice is colder.
That Maze Jackson trouble. Think about the gravity of that. All I've ever told black folks is, let's get our power. You gotta prove to white folks that you ain't been corrupted by Maze. And y'all know I'm telling y'all some truth because they chopping it all the way up. All the way. Ruthie, I'm tired sometimes. It's like I get exhausted because it's like everybody want to. You can't build an army in the middle of a war. You can't. Like how basic training used to be like 5 months until the war start. Then it's 2 weeks and then get your butt off the boat. Who you think does better, the person that's been there for 5 months or the person that's been there for 2 weeks? See, it's too much work to build that muscle when the white guys say, why you need to, don't, when the white boys say, hey, don't you do that, I got that. And then you see they son doing it. Because they teaching them how to get your job. Or they teaching them, this is how we manage the Negroes to stay rich.
Management. Good word.
Negro management tools.
Good word.
I gotta ask you, right? Who are our political warriors? Who are the people? How are we maximizing our black political power? I tell you what, I see black power at the restaurant all day long. It's like we like the conveniences of it. And I'm not tripping because I like a lot of nice stuff. But the challenge that we have is that The people that have the ability to change our being have been, they're not hungry. They are not, they eat. They get to eat off the table. Now, they don't get to buy the table, but they can eat as much as they want off of that table as long as they don't offend no white folks. And guess what? You can eat off that table, but when the table fold and it's a new table, now you stuck. And you didn't learn to hunt. You didn't learn to fish. You didn't learn to cook. You didn't learn to bake. So then when the incomings happen, you ain't got no communications team. You ain't got no law firm. You ain't built no infrastructure that allows you to insulate or protect yourself or fight back. So then once the walls come down, you're a sitting duck. You're a sitting target. And I just got to tell you, that's how they want to keep you. All right, y'all. I done told y'all too much. Too much history today. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to just stop. Again, I become the most frustrated in my life when I want the best for black people. When I walk into rooms full of black people in power, quote unquote, and think that I gotta go find a white room to be helped, to get ahead. And it's like we stay in this perpetual cycle of poverty and not poverty and powerlessness. It's like some days I just be like, what I need. I really wish that I never knew about politics. I really do, because it's almost like we gotta. There's never gonna be a day, I feel like, not never. I pray for the day when the interests of black people for black people outweighs the Democratic Party. I do. I want nothing but the best for every black. Like it's so crazy because when I see black people, I see them as lions, right? Until they prove that they're not. Like I look at titles and I assume the fullness of the title as compared to the minuteness of it. Like, you notice how, like, no matter who it is that's an elected official, I never call them by their first name. I never call them by their first name because I want to always give them the respect of the title. And like when the white boys be like, oh, I know such and such, and I'll be in meetings and I will repeat and I will not move on until you call them by their title. Right? It's like I hate the fact that I have or want more respect for us and you and them than you see for yourself. I think about how white folks look at us and be like, this person is going, how just in conversations they can get themselves wealthy with our own people, and we got to be quiet. So I'm going to tell you, it becomes uncomfortable sometimes as you climb the ladder to try and do better. And the white boys know they can count on black people. And a white boy walked up to me and was like, told you I could get it done. And I was just like, all these black people, this white boy went around everybody black and got it done with black people. No black people, no help, no need. None needed, right? White boys passing money to each other left and right. Like, hey, man, I got a client. They got a budget. Yeah. Can you please put the black dude on? Because they don't even care about the money. They don't put the black dude on as the lobbyist. Every single time somebody calls me and says they got an issue, I'm trying to find a young black person to put on to do the job. Mm. When we have the opportunity, just think about this. Right now, how many powerful black lobbyists exist? There are major multi-million-dollar issues, and white folks is getting rich all over the place, rich, signing contracts, getting contract lobbyist opportunities, and they doing it on black with knowing that they can count on black folks to vote for them or not. City, county, state, every unit of government. Who are the black people that get it done? Who are the black people with all the black people? And don't tell me about no black majorities or no people of color majorities if ain't no people in majority people making money and winning. If a white boy can walk into a place where there is dominant black people and he can walk in and get something done with nobody black, you can't do it if you white. You can't. We shortchange ourselves for white folks, and then with no wins, be mad when somebody we all got to. When have you used your powers for good? Not neutral. Neutral don't do nothing. Like a quiet, neutral, never say nothing person, that doesn't advance our goals. We don't really need be quiets. We need talk smacks. We need people. When they said Bob Shaw died, I was talking about this last week. He was always positioned as a bad guy. Like he was positioned as nefarious, as they were doing trickery and all that stuff. No, they was playing politics the same way white boys did. White boys put that narrative to us, and then we've convinced ourselves that by not being compliant to white folks that we gonna get in trouble. Like, you can't get in trouble if you write the law.
But you know, it's conditioning. Conditioning to what, though? Sometimes we don't like to see other black people getting money.
No. We don't really ever like to see black people getting money. We don't. Or here's what we say last week. Black people don't mind you doing well, just not as good as me.
It's conditioning.
And not understanding that how about when the white folks fold up the table, we got our own table. But if you don't help anybody make the table, guess what? I'm just saying, like, we
don't have enough trust. And I know I said this before, but we ain't got enough trust. If I make you rich, you gonna run off with the bag? If I make you rich, can I guarantee my political future? Do you got my back?
But if I feel like if we see the interconnectivity of that, yes. But again, we ain't never, because
are we willing to try it? Like, we got so much aversion, but that's conditioning.
Yeah, that's because the Negroes are poor.
So it's like, do I take this?
Do I side with
200,000 in my hand, or do I bet on black people when I could possibly get something later?
See what I just bet this morning?
What?
When I bet $100 to Reese's one,
Yep.
that wasn't gonna be, because we'll bet against each other quick and then be stuck. And ain't no rowboat. And ain't nobody you can call who could pick up the phone and say, I got $500,000 to help protect you.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
We got to get better alliances between politics and business. It gotta work. It gotta be one and the same. One cannot work without the other if we're gonna really build up our infrastructure.
I don't know if there's I almost feel like when you get to go to all the cool stuff, you don't even realize that there isn't an infrastructure because you're woven into another one. Right? You just are woven into the eating. It's like it's free food. Want to guarantee you got a packed out event, have free food and drinks. Now, yeah, that costs you $2,000, but them free food and drinks make you $2 million. And because I don't have $10,000 to put down so that you can make the $2 million, I'm always priced out. Instead of you saying, you know what, I'm gonna come to. Yes, all around the world, same song. I'm just telling y'all. A need for us to not be victims. We need to get off of defense and get on offense. We have to see each other and utilize the places and the positions. If you choose to be elected, you're not going to be rich until you're not elected. But you can make people rich. I just think you see, when we see each other in no shade, it's like we see each other with a chicken shack. We don't see each other with a $4 billion development. You'd be like, what Negro could do that? And I ain't getting in trouble with you.
That's what it is.
I don't know, y'all. I just get frustrated because it's like wanting the best for black folks is almost like a penalty. It's like, dude, you got to be quiet. Like, and not dude, you got to be quiet, but it really does feel scary to. It feels scary to not know who gonna have your back. And then when the people who you would hope can have your back really can't fight, you just kind of stuck. I don't know, man.
Political purgatory.
I'm tired of being in political purgatory.
You got to go pray to the pray to the white priest.
But see, my thing is, how about this? I don't want to have to pray to the white priest. We got a black speaker of the house. We got blacks. We got a black mayor. We got a black county board president. Why do I got to go pray to the white guys? Why can't I just be on the team with the black folks? Because the white folks said he talked too much about black stuff. He's a bad guy. Anyway, I'm going to quit. Because I'm getting... All right, y'all. See, Ruthie? That's why I got to create my own. If I create my own, then I won't be having to worry about these things. I could just be way over there doing my thing, minding my business, and then politics, schmolitics. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, for DJ Reese, for Ruth and Mo who back. Ruth, you got something you want to say to the people? We happy you back.
Nope. What up? Glad to be back. Summertime Shy still in full effect.
Oh, Summertime Shy still in full effect. Next week, this week, we going to find out it's going to be summertime COVID, Delta version. All these white folks coming in from out the country going to be, ain't got, did you see how they busted out Dr. Audrey and them? They said, how y'all going to track everybody? Yeah. Ruthie, this is kind of science.
They just trying to get through Lollapalooza.
Right, but Ruthie, it's 3 weeks after Lollapalooza when we all dying because these white people put a cloud of COVID floating around the city of Chicago. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd, DJ Reese the Ruler in the building, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here.
Said it's easy. cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got the chemistry, go together like love says. Passion and care we show one another, tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt it so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. But that, oh God, I got love for you. Yeah. Say it's easy to love. Oh, yeah. Woo. Said it's easy, baby. Oh, said it's easy, baby. Said it's easy, so easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, it's what I search my life to do.
Show. We'll be back after this break. Broken screen? Crashed system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer